Have you ever wished you could just press pause on life?
In a cozy little town, right in its heart, stood a grand old clock tower.
Every hour its bells would ring out, a calm and steady dong, dong, dong. It was a town's heartbeat, a reliable friend that everyone looked to. But one quiet, starry night, as the moon cast long shadows across the empty streets, the clock let out a long, weary sigh. "I'm so tired," it whispered to the wind. "For hundreds of years, it's been tick, tock, tock, always moving forward, never a moment to rest."
What if I just stopped?
And so, in that silent moment, the clock did something it had never done before.
The giant hands, which had faithfully circled its face for generations, froze.
The rhythmic ticking fell silent.
For the first time in centuries, the clock tower was still. The next morning, the town woke up to a strange, timeless world. The sun was up, birds were singing, but something felt off.
Children heading to school glanced up at the tower and scratched their heads.
"Wait, it's still 7 o'clock,"
one of them asked, confused.
The town's shopkeeper, opening his bakery, looked at the clock, then at the sun, then back at the clock.
"It feels like I've been awake for hours. But the clock still says it's 9.
An odd sense of calm fell over everyone. People stopped rushing.
Without the constant reminder of passing minutes, they found themselves slowing down. Some sat on park benches, just watching the clouds drift by.
Neighbors who usually only offered a quick nod started having long conversations. Kids played tag in the streets for what felt like forever because, well, time wasn't moving. At first, it was wonderful. It felt like a holiday that no one had planned.
A vacation from the tyranny of the second hand. But as the day wore on, the magic began to fade, and the problems started to bubble up.
The baker, who relied on his sense of time, pulled a tray of blackened, smoky bread from the oven. He had no idea how long it had been baking. Down at the train station, chaos erupted. No one knew when to send the trains or when to expect arrivals. Everything was at a standstill.
Then a little girl named Lena sat on her front steps, her face streaked with tears.
She didn't know when her mom would be home from work. Usually she's back when the big hand points to the 6. She sobbed to her teddy bear. The beautiful, timeless day had become a confusing, frustrating mess.
Everyone felt lost, adrift in a sea of unending moments.
The town realized that without the clock's steady rhythm, their own lives had lost their rhythm too.
That night, as darkness fell once more, little Lena couldn't sleep. She had an idea.
Tiptoeing out of her house, she made her way to the silent clock tower.
With a deep breath, she began to climb the winding, dusty stairs, all the way to the top, where the giant clock mechanism sat, motionless.
She reached out and gently placed her small hand on one of the cold, metal hands.
"Dear clock," she said softly, her voice barely a whisper.
"I know you're tired. It must be hard ticking all day and all night. But we need you.
When you tick, you help us live our days.
You tell us when to wake up, when to learn, when to play, and when to go home. Without you, we're all lost." The clock remained silent, but Lena felt a faint vibration under her palm.
She continued, "You're not just pushing us forward.
You're helping us grow. You mark the moments that matter: birthdays, holidays, the first day of school.
You help us remember yesterday and look forward to tomorrow." The clock's giant hands trembled, hoosed a little. A faint, rusty groan echoed in the quiet room.
And then, tick, a single, hesitant sound, followed by another. Tick, tock, tick, tock. The clock had started again.
The sound, once so common, now felt like a miracle. The next day, life returned to normal.
The baker's bread was perfect, the trains ran on time, and Lena's mum came home right when the big hand pointed to the 6.
But no one ever forgot the strange day time stood still.
And up in the tower, the clock had a new thought.
I may get tired.
It hummed to itself with each tick. But I have a purpose, and moving forward is what helps everyone live. It understood that time isn't a burden.
It's the space we're given to grow, to change, and to live our lives to the fullest. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.
See you next time.